It's an honor to be asked to do it, you know. And for another thing, it's a great way to, just hang out with your friends and see other bands. It's like a floating blues festival. I mean, and it's a great opportunity. Like last night, I was playing with Anson after we got done, and went up and sat in with Anson, and tonight we're hosting the jam, and different guys. I know Curtis is going to come up and sing and play, and different people are going to. It's just a great way to do some, bonding, cross-pollination, and all that stuff.
It's crazy. This is not for the weak at heart. This is not a leisure relaxation cruise, really. It's just people really work hard at this. I mean, they're up early and they're up late, and there's lots of music to see, and people are there for all the shows, and there's a lot of partying going on, and everybody fits it all in somehow. And it's really, you really better be prepared for it if you ever decide to do it. But I highly recommend it. And it's just, like I said, there's nothing like it. You can't ask one person that was on this cruise ever and get anything but it's the most fun I ever had in my life. That's pretty much the way it is. So, save up for your next vacation to be a blues cruise. That's what I say.
That money, that money, that money, 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 that money, money, high. Oh!
If there's apprehensions, they need to, just take a chance on it, like they take a chance on going to see a new artist that they've heard about. And that's really all they can do. Up and coming artists need to keep this music alive, just as new events need to keep this alive. And I think the cruise is going to keep this music alive.
If you love blues, this is blues heaven. I mean, if you love blues and you want to be able to go around and see all sorts of different bands at almost 24 hours a day, whether they're playing in an informal situation or in a big concert hall or outside by a pool, whatever you want to do, you can see, maybe 20 different bands, all sorts of guest artists, good amateur players playing with professional players. So if you love blues, just come. And I hear this thing about how there's a sense of family. I felt it after we did our first couple of cruises, because people would come by in all the towns we play with pictures, of us, with the arm around somebody, doing the normal kind of musician poses. But, it means a lot to them, and we've met people on cruises that have become lifelong fans. And so, yeah, it's a thing to do.
One day I was in Leimert Park, and I was looking for the Vision Theater, which is in it's artsy area in Los Angeles called Leimert Park. And I was walking, man, and I heard this blues, man, and I was like, man, where's that coming from? And there was this little club. It was called Babe and Ricky's Inn. And man, I stopped at this club, and I felt, when I walked in the club, I felt like I was walking into a juke joint in Mississippi. I felt like I was walking into the subway in 1965. The ambience, I mean, everything, man. The cats on the stage were like killing, the blues was like hot in there. And so I went to the bar, and I sat at the bar. I was going to have a drink, and just kind of check the cats out, And I made the mistake of telling the bartender that I was from Mississippi, and he too was from Mississippi. The owner was from Mississippi. So I told him, I said, yeah, I'm from Mississippi. He said, well, you play the blues? And I said, yeah, I'm a musician. I play the blues. And man, Next thing I know, the lady that owns the place and runs it, her name is Laura Mae Gross. We all call her Mama Laura. And he stops, he say, Mama Laura, we got a guitar player over here. He from Mississippi, he say he play the blues. She stopped the band and she said, hey, y'all let this young man come up on the stage and play. He say he can play the blues. She said, boy, you better be able to play the blues now. You go on up there and do it. And I went up and played, and man, it just all hit me. It all came together, man.
Last night I found somebody's hair on my pillow. Somebody's hair that didn't belong to you or me. And when I tried to get up and put on my slippers, nobody on the other end.
You know, you go through life, and at some point in life, the reality of who you are always has to win out. It always does. You know, when you're young, you can do whatever you want to do, you know, because it's easy to not be grounded and not understand who you really are. But they always say that life introduces one to himself. And when you realize who you are, you can never deny who you are. And that's what I am. I'm a blues cat, you know?
That's why I sing the blues. That's why I sing the blues.
Well, I believe that the blues has, over the last 20 years, that there have been a few people that have come up and that have pushed the envelope a little bit and broadened the audience. But I think for the most part, the blues has been in the same place. And it's been in the same place for all these years. And as a result, the audience has gotten smaller and smaller. But see, my approach to the blues, I'm not doing nothing from no records. I'm not, doing nothing from something I heard back then. You know, I'm doing what's in me, because I am the next evolution of the blues. My ancestors, my forefathers, the guys that came before me, what they did was what they did, but it's in my DNA. I don't have to try to play the blues. Whatever I do is the blues, because it's the natural evolution. There has been a stifling of that natural evolution, and as a result, there's been a stifling, shrinking of the audience. But see, if you come to my shows, you see people from 18 to 60. I got as many young fans as I have older fans.